What's going on, guys? This is Johnny of coming here on YouTube, and welcome back to another video in the Android Studio app development tutorials. Yeah, guys, welcome back. Here I am, weekly as I promised, and we're gonna continue with okay, we're not gonna continue with the app, but we're gonna continue to look at some general things which I should have covered previously, but I haven't, unfortunately. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about debugging the app, and this really is very important, guys. So listen carefully. It's really important. So debugging your app is so essential because if you, as an example, use a method like this, okay, and sometimes you're gonna have like text, and you want to do something like a substring, and you want to apply this on every text the user puts into your application, and it's definitely gonna throw an error if you have this kind of algorithm, because at some point it might not work. So usually you'd say, okay, we're gonna make a try catch statement, but sometimes there are situations where you don't really know if this is gonna throw an error or not. And these kind of situations are actually not showing in the editor, so you're not gonna get any exception in here. So if I type something like this, it's of course gonna throw me an error because that is actually not something you can use. But something like this is of course fine because the syntax is alright, the methods are right. Just the problem is that we don't actually type any name which has 100 characters. That doesn't make any sense. So that's exactly what this method is doing, because it kind of uses a string which is already existent, and then it goes into that string and splits the string from the existing string to make a new string. Okay, this might sound a little confusing, but if you are doing something like I don't know, we're going to use this. So if you have a lot of text and you want to analyze the text and just pick out things which are important, then you're definitely going to need or use that. So yeah, it's just strings, okay? Strings are a really big topic, I can just tell you that. But okay, let's just work on that, okay? So we have this exception right here. This is definitely going to throw an exception, I can just tell you. And we want to know what is the exception. Why does it not work? Why and when does it actually throw the exception? When does the error occur? And usually if you just hit run this app, it's just gonna quit and you're never gonna know why. So we want to change it. We want to know when does it occur, why, what is the exception, what can we do about it, where is it located? Because of course this could be at, I don't know, at any point right here. So let's say I'm gonna put this in this line right here. Of course that wouldn't make sense, but just as an example. And you would know, okay, well, what is really causing this error? And you really want to know that. This is why you do debugging. This is really important. And in Visual Studio, you would just click on this right here and you have a drop-down menu, and then you can just say, okay, let's debug the app. But that's not working in here because you have a special little button right here, which is just kind of a bug, I guess, which allows you to debug your app. And someone actually requested this. That's the reason why I'm making this video, and of course because it's something I should have covered previously, because this is so essential. And we're also going to cover breakpoints and all of that, because all of that can be done in Android Studio, of course, because this is something any IDE should have. So yeah, guys, just thought I'm going to show you right now, okay? I do have my emulator right here, but this is a really old version of Android, unfortunately, just because I couldn't get any other virtual device to work. I don't even know why. I don't even know. I updated Android Studio, and it's been such a horrible time ever since I did that. Basically, Gradle was really being so stupid with me, and I had to just kind of Google for, I don't know, solutions for that issue, and then for another issue, and oh my god, it took me so long to update this application, or this Android Studio IE. It's really not nice. So if you want to just get a little tip, do not update Android Studio. You're gonna have a hard time, okay, definitely, especially if you already have a project. Okay, so now I'm gonna use this virtual device and we're gonna debug the application. So let's go ahead and click this button right here, and I'm going to be back when the application has actually launched on my device. Alright guys, so now there is my app, or the app we made together, and as you can see, this is kind of the debug panel, or whatever this is, and there are so many things you can do in here. So there's the debugger, which is really an important thing, which we're going to use. So it also shows all the threads. And usually we're doing all of our operations on this main thread right here, but this is something we're gonna change pretty soon, because we're gonna talk about something like downloading things from the internet, like loading an image into an image view from the web by just getting an URL, and those are things we must not do on the main thread. So that's something we're definitely gonna cover pretty soon. Alright, then you have this console which basically just says, okay, it launched the application, yes, it's starting the intent and all that. It doesn't really give us any information about what actually happens behind the app, so in the background. But here, this is basically what we have right here, which just tells us everything about this app, what it does in detail, and in great detail, really. So as you can see, it gives us a little bit of exceptions, but these exceptions are not actually as fatal as the exception we are actually going to create with this little code line right here. And fatal, I know that's a pretty strong word, but it's actually called fatal exception because that's going to make our app quit. Okay, so it's just going to say, okay, I'm going to quit this, no, error, no, I can't handle that, sorry. Because we're not actually handling the error with the try-catch statement, which you would usually do if you have an algorithm like this. Okay, that's not an algorithm, but just as an example, if you had an algorithm, then you'd do a try-catch statement. Okay, so it pretty much tells us everything which is happening in the background, which is really, really an amazing feature. So now I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna type in something like Freshy, and I'm gonna explain to you why this is causing an error. By the way, let me just get rid of this. I don't even know how to get rid of this freaking. If I click here, can I get rid of it? No, I can't. Well, the old internet is so weird. Okay. So now, if I was going to add this contact right here, then this would of course cause an error because the index is out of bounds basically, because we do not have 100 characters in a name. Freshy, it's 7 characters. Don't give me. No, actually, it's 6 characters. Okay. So 6 characters, and it's not 100. So this is definitely going to cause an error, and we want to know, okay, which kind of error is occurring here. So let's hit that, and it says, sorry, the application contact manager has stopped unexpectedly. Please try again. And now, if we just run the app like this, then we would know what we know now. Because we can scroll down, and boom, there we are. It says fatal exception on the main thread. This is really important as well, so we always know which thread the error message, I don't know, refers to. And there's our exception. Java.lang string index out of bounds exception. Kind of what I predicted. It's out of bounds. So it also says what is kind of out of range, which is the number 100, of course. And then it just says a couple of things where this substring method is located at. And this blue thing here, this is the important part because it says which activity throws the error and what kind of line, in which line. Okay, so if you just click on this, we're gonna get to our line right here, and it says, okay, this is where the exception occurred. And this is just beautiful. So now we can change this, or we can do something like a try-catch statement, and we are done. Okay, so this is how we fixed our error now. But you can also do something like this. You can do something like breakpoints. Okay, great thing, breakpoints, which basically says whenever this method is executed, I want to stop. I want this app to stop, and I want to see in detail what is this app actually doing. Which also means that we can get all the values. So whenever it's kind of using values in this method, or I don't know, at the point where I put this breakpoint right here, then you can see all the values by just hovering over something like the getText function or like a variable, and we always know which value is assigned to it, which is really, really good if you're making, or if you're just using algorithms and you want to know, okay, which value has it now and blah, and you just want to debug this. This is really amazing. So to show you how breakpoints work, I'm just going to debug the app again. So I see you in a second. Alrighty, for some reason it did not get to the breakpoint, so I had to place it right here. I don't even know why. Usually it should do that, but it just seems to be a little weird right now. Alright, so as a contact name, I'm just going to type Freshy again. And now I'm going to need... Okay, could I just get rid of... Okay, wow, escape. Beautiful. So now we can just hit add contact, and we should get to this breakpoint. Yeah, beautiful, now it works. Okay, that's great. So on the right we can have our app right here, so we can see what it's actually doing, and it's gonna stop the app. So it's doing actually nothing right now. It's not causing an error or anything. And right now you can see that the things which are mentioned in that line is like name tags, the phone tags, the email tags, and we can get like a lot of information about these different things if we expand this. I think we can also get the values, so that's going to be quite good. And if we hover over that, right now we can't get anything, I guess. But yeah, that's just what's going on right now. And by the way, those are like all the things, all the frames on this left side, and those are the variables which are used within this line. So let's just wait it out and see if it's collecting the data. Okay, here we go. So now we can say, okay, I want to know something. I want to know something about the text. It's currently just collecting the data, but it should be done in a second. I can just type that. Let's see. But yeah, you can see there's really a lot of stuff, and those are like kind of all the different. What'd you say? Oh, it's 0. Okay, it's null. Those are like all the different properties. And the phone text, of course, that's not really relevant. But the name, yeah, the name, that's important. And the text, it's still... Okay, sorry, I don't really want to wait that long, so let's just not to do that. And now what we can do, we can step into this. So it's just going to say, we're going to go step by step to see what it's actually doing. So next step would be to get to this populate list. And now we should actually get into this function, which you're going to see in a second. I think we should... Okay. Apparently not. Okay, usually you're gonna kind of jump to the function, but it's not doing that right now. Don't really know why, but you could actually place a breakpoint on the function, the populate list, and it should go there. So that's not a problem. And then it's gonna make the text, and we can kind of see what's going on. So if we do that right now, it should actually show the text because it just made the toast. Alright, okay, that's not showing yet. Alright. I don't know. And now if we go there, you can see this is where there's the error. And there's some... I don't know why it's in that class right now. But this is just where it's going to throw the error, okay? So this is kind of the point where the exception occurs, right here. And we can go there. This is the exception. So this is how breakpoints work and how debugging works in Android Studio. Hopefully this helped you. I'm really sorry that I'm kind of just a little off, I guess. I'm really sorry. I'm just really confused. I have a lot of things in my head currently. So I'm sorry for the video, okay, guys. But yeah, hope that helped you. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. My name is Johnny for coming on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.